Vangme manasi pratisthita Mano me vachi pratishtitam Avir maidhi Vedasama anistha Sutang me ma prahasita Anena dhitena horatran sangdadami Urtang vadishyami Satyang vadishyami Tanmam avatu tadbhaktaram avatu Avatu mam avatu bhaktaram Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May my speech be fixed in my mind. May my mind be fixed in my speech. O self-luminous Brahman, be manifested to me. O my mind and speech, may you bring me the meaning of the Vedas. May what I study from the Vedas not leave me. I shall unite day and night to this study. I shall think of the right, that which is right. I shall speak that which is right. May Brahman protect me. May Brahman protect the teacher. May Brahman protect me. May Brahman protect the teacher and student. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. As you have just heard the announcement that today's our topic is power, the power of desireless action. We all act, no? From morning till now, day and in and day out, we all work. And what is the net result of our work? At the end of the work, we get frustrated, we get angry, we get lost. But can the work be done in a way that whatever you do, that will bring joy and inner peace and tranquility, that will bring closer to God, that will bring closer to our own real nature, self, pure self. Action has a power. Action means you do something and some energy. Suppose you study. It's an action. When you do that action, you gain some knowledge. And the knowledge is power. You are acting on something in a physical level. You get efficiency in that. That's a power. The action always brings some power. But this desireless action is what? People say there is no motive. What's the meaning? If I don't desire anything, why shall I work? Is it possible? You are talking something very unrealistic. Action desireless. How can it be action without desire? Is there anything desireless action? First I desire, then my hand moves. I desire, I am here. I desire that I shall be speaking. That's why I am here. If the desire is not there, how the action can be done? You desire that you will come to listen to the talk, so you make a plan in your mind, and then after that you took your car, you drove here and reached in time and parked the car and come over here. All this activity. So how can there be anything? You are giving some idea of desireless action. Then comes the power. First of all, the problem will be that there cannot be any desireless action. Is it so? If you found that desireless action is possible, then there is a power behind that. What is the power of desireless action? It is the power to unveil the secrets of life, to unveil the ignorance in which we are bound. It will be a revelation. Swami Vivekananda said that people used to know that God realization can be done only by come in, so many seats are here. So, said that people used to think that there is only God realization is possible by meditation and spiritual practice. No? Meditation, japa, prayer. But meditation but he said, I have made a path. By doing work for God, doing the work for the Lord, my children will be liberated from all bondage. But what type of work that we are to study? Bhagavad Gita says that karmanai evo adhikaraste. You are entitled only to work. No phaleshu, not its results. Kadachana, never ever direct your attention to the focus, your attention to the result. Karmani eva adhikaraste ma phaleshu padachana. Then he says, karma phalo hetur. Don't be attached to your karma phala, the result which is coming. And never you live a life of akarma. Akarma means actionless. No one can remain actionless. You are sitting now, you are thinking. That's an action. You are going to sleep. Before you go to sleep, you dream. That's an action. Mind is active. So, Gita's idea is that karmani eva adhikaro. You have the adhikar, you have the authority to act, but not what the result will come. Result will come, is it not? If you do any action, result will come. You bring the vegetables and shopping, and after that chop it and make it and cook it in one way. That's an action. Its result will be that. But if you think it will be, you have expectation of that cooking, and it does not turn up, then what happens? You get disheartened. So action leading to your mental dissatisfaction. But if you thought, I do my best, whatever comes, I am happy. Result will come. But not the problem. Result is not the problem. Our expectation is the problem. You did good work in your job, in your office. You expected that this raise will be good raise you will get in your office, no? Promotion or something, some boosting, your recognition of your service, no? And then at the end you see, no, others are getting, I am not. So if you are thinking too much of the net expectation was so high, and if you don't get it, then you will be suffering. But suppose there is a way of working, you work sincerely, tried everything, talk to them. Yes, I need this raise, I have done so much work. And afterwards, whatever comes, joyfully accept it. So that is the desireless. Expectation is the cause of suffering. And will you not expect? Yes, you will expect. But things don't happen upon your expectation. In the world it works differently. There are so many factors. Jealousy, personality, identifying with some person in some way, relationship, all these get mixed into this net result. So this is a very important point, that we do karma, and this is our life. Very, very crucial problem of our life. See, look at the life of all of us. We look back, I did that, and ultimately what? Net result is what? Your life, when you retire, then you say, I did so much, but what? Net result is what? Only few dollars income, and you have lived little food and shelter and this and that. What else? And then no one recognizes that. And that recognition or not recognition This is not important. Important that you suffer. Therefore, there is a way out to get out of this frustration and negative reaction by only one solution: desire less. Desire without, as I said, that desire means I have some goal. I'll have to have some goal. And I will act accordingly to reach the goal. Then forget about the goal. Focus your mind, concentrate your mind in where you are and do the best you can do. Let the result take its own course. And whatever comes, accept it. You do your best. You cannot go beyond that. So we can keep joyful. We can make our life joyful when I am working, not focusing on anything. I am working for work's sake. It has come upon me, and I do it the best way I can do. And the goal will come, or may not come, but I am not concerned about that. Whatever comes, you have to accept. You don't accept with smile, or you accept grumbling and fighting, suing. But not that problem does not get solved. Dissatisfaction, more dissatisfaction comes. So this is it's crucial problem, because we are in the life and we are all in action and we do things. How can we be free from all these negative forces of our thinking, our mental depression and all the reactions? How can we be, and we can enjoy freedom? That is the point. ChatGPT, it works so hard. Those who work with the ChatGPT, give any big problem, even split second, so it does so much work. So one day I was interested to know, to put the ChatGPT some question. I said, you is the source of your power, that you are doing work without any desire, no? Have you any desire? Do you work for any motivation? Really, ChatGPT responded to that. You can also try. You will get the response. Maybe different, I do not know, because he's always creative. So ChatGPT said, a source of power is the source. You are continuously working whatever is asked, and you always give that response. I'm sorry, you are working so hard for me, no? Thank you. Then that response came, is the source of your power. Where is the power? Your desireless action. When you do some action all the time, but you don't desire. Whether people say good, bad, thank, you don't care for that. Is it so? ChatGPT said, in a way, yes. I operate without personal desire, attachments, or expectations regarding the outcome of my responses. See? He is a Brahmagyani, ChatGPT. So really, I was surprised to receive this response. And then said, yes, I operate. I am working all the time, but without any desire that you will praise me or blame me. I don't care for that. Work is my objective and I work. What I do, and personal desire is not there. My attachment is not there to my result, what I am doing. Expectation regarding the outcome of my response, that thanks or something. I don't have anything as such. Like the principles of Niskama Karma, ChatGPT says, desireless action, my actions, quote, my actions. What is my action? Helping and sharing information. That is the work of ChatGPT. No? He has some information collected, and that from that storehouse, he wants to give that information. No? This is my job. And so in this helping and sharing the information are not driven by personal motives, but are simply responses to your questions and needs. I have no other goal. I only collected the fact and I distribute it. Anyone asks, you ask, I'll give you. Anyone in the world will be asking, I'll give it. And I don't expect anything from anyone. In Vedanta, it is continued. I am saying what ChatGPT said. In Vedanta, desireless action is seen as purifying force, removing ego-driven motives and fostering detachment. You know, Vedanta, as I discussed just now, what is the purpose of our work in life? This thing, desireless action, if you can do work, free from desire, only work. It has come before you to cook. Next point it has come to mop the floor, finish, hands off. Now you go to drive someplace, okay, drive, go and finish. No further back and forth thinking, I did so much from morning onward and no one recognized me, no one gave me thank. That is always frustration for us. So ChatGPT says, in Vedanta, desireless action is seen as a purifying force, and what it does, removing our ego-driven motives. Normally we do ego, I want this, I want money, I want name, I want fame, I want purpose. No. This ego motives and fostering detachment. That is the Vedanta says. Detach. Similarly, ChatGPT says, work within a framework of neutrality. I am neutral. Aiming to serve as clearly and helpfully as possible. I think this can be a helpful approach for cultivating objective, compassionate knowledge sharing, regardless of the context. So that is it is revelation, no? Can we be ChatGPT in our life? Then we will be free. Swami Vivekananda took these ideas, it's Vedantic ideas. In the Karma Yoga, it will be in Swami Vivekananda's Karma Yoga, you can find a small book, Karma Yoga. You should all read because we do karma from our day morning to night, days after days. No one remains without doing any karma. Nahi kaschik kshanamapi yatu tishtati akarmakrit. Bhagavad Gita says, Nahi kaschit kshanamapi. For even moment, no one can live without action. Either you are doing physical action, or you are doing singing, you are doing dancing, you are doing working, you are gardening, everything. Even you are sitting, you are thinking something, that's your work. Consciously thinking or unconsciously thought will come. So no one is ever free from any action. So the Karma Yoga, Swami Vivekananda's book, is very helpful for our understanding of our life and how to make karma. Karma can free us. Doing karma day and night, one can be freed. Or we look at our Swamis, respected Swamis of this Ramakrishna tradition. You know, it is not an organization where people will come and day and night meditate. That's not. You go to India, any center you go, tremendous activity going on. School, college, hospital, dispensary, thousands of students, their residential hospital, school, 500, 600 bed hospital, so many doctors, so many nurses, so many day and night dealing with the patients, dealing with the accounts, dealing with this thing. But they are becoming Brahmagyanis. They are becoming free from all bondage. How? There is hospital also. Everywhere is hospital. Hospital management is no different. The tools they use for medical professional, they are the same. Diagnosis they do. So everything is the same. But what is the difference? What is the subtle distinction here which is making them free from all bondage and ever joyful, cheerful, working 10 hours, 12 hours? And here also you work 10 hours, 12 hours sometimes. Why you are so grumpy? Why we cannot enjoy our life in work? So that's why this book will help you, Karma Yoga. I quote from one place. Swami Vivekananda says, all the actions that we see in the world, all the movements in human society, all works that we have around us are simply display of thoughts, the manifestation of the will of man. Why you do? First you think, is it not? Thought comes first. Action comes later. You first plan. People say, oh, this is a land, beautiful place. I want to build a house. That's a plan comes in your mind first. There is no building. And then you plan, and then step action. We go to find the place, how much it cost, who will be the broker, and all this go through stage by stage. Then you plan, oh, this house should be so many rooms, this is the way or green living room will be like that, and you plan in your mind first. And then it's coming out gradually into action. So Swamiji says, all works, all that we see, all the actions and movements, they're all simply a display of our thoughts. And the thought is the manifestation of the will of man. Thought is, you will something, and that is manifested as thought. Thought drives it into action. Machines are instruments, cities, ships are men of war. All these are simply the manifestation of the will of man. Something comes in the mind of a man, I will create a new weapon to kill. I will send one satellite in the sky. I will conquer this one. I will bomb this country. I will help this country. No, all are coming in a subtle way. It is coming, all are in the manifestation of the will of person. And this will is caused by character. A good character person wills good things. Good character people, Buddha, Christ, they have the will. What is their will? Only to do good to the world, only to save humanity, only to redeem them from their bondage and suffering. And there are people who are thinking how you can destroy something constantly. Bin Laden, he's a good guy. It looks very saintly. But his thought power, his character is such that is taking to, for whatever philosophy, to destroy humanity, to peace of people. So these are questions there. Then that is the point. Will. What will? And that will is a character, and that character is manufactured by karma. How one becomes, you say, he's a good character person. He's a noble character person. Or you say, no, he's very mean. No. That means character, how the character comes. His character is just comes out of nothing. Character build on the ground of our action. What action we do, what type of thought we think, that builds up our character. That's why we call do japa. Repeat the holy name of God. Holiness will come. Mind, you put anything to the mind takes that color. No? You keep the water, it is like water. You put water in a cup, water takes the shape of the cup. You take some glass, you put the water, it takes the shape of the glass. So anything you keep in your mind, that thought, it takes the color of that. So if you keep the noble thought, it will take the noble color. And that's why transformation. Raja Yoga, entire Raja Yoga's philosophy is what? Chitta vritti nirodha. Chitta means the mind, it's rippled, and its nirodha means calmness. Bring it calm. That means mind should not be colored in different ways. Keep the mind peaceful. So when you think of something concrete and positive, your mind becomes pure, and that creates a new impression in the mind, and then that mind leads us to create a character which is called good character, noble character, divine character, spiritual. And gods and angels are nobody. It is you are God, you are angel. Because what you think, so you become. Our thought has a tremendous power in building up our... So, thought, suppose someone is falling, a cheerful person suddenly falls into some bad situation, and see, within few days his face becomes pale. How? How is it getting transformed? Because mind is in such a condition that it is not feeling the joy what it used to feel. So, feed the mind with noble thought. Keep the mind in lofty ideal. You are pure, you are birthless, you are deathless, you are child of God. Think of this. Your character will be different. You think I am nothing, I am a fool, I am an idiot. You will be like that. So Vedanta says, always be positive. Think not at the failures of the side, but this can be by action. What action is that? Thinking. This thinking is the action. And that will transform our character. And also come to the other lower ideas about this transformation. We have to take positive activity. How to bring my noble character? The noble character will have will create thought will push us to action. Then action can be oriented in such way so that this character can be built in the same cycle. So this is what a positive thinking we should have to think, that how we build up our new character. And by action remaining the same, your spiritual attitude will make you a great or ordinary. Action remaining same, as I said, that same action we are doing. Say you are cooking every day. You are cooking every day, you cook and eat. It is nothing special. But if you think I am cooking this for the Lord, just one thought, and I'll offer it to the Lord and take the blessings of the Lord. See what is happening? A transformation is coming in your mind. Some simple, this one thought, action remaining same. But see how it's impacting our character. Huh? So every day you find that you are tired of doing something, but if you find that I am doing for God, it may help you to do it more, and you can be benefited by that type of action. So karma is not good or bad, but our attitude towards karma is good or bad. So Swami Vivekananda says that this will is caused by character, and character is manufactured by karma. As is karma, so is the manifestation of the will. As you do the work in which attitude, your willpower is generating that way. And the men of mighty will the world has produced have all been tremendous workers. Gigantic souls with will powers enough to overturn the world. When Christ was born, no? So many Jesus are there in the world. What is the difference between this name and Jesus Christ? That is the gigantic power. And that gigantic power came from selfless work. He did day and night, worked for the cause of the world, died for the good of the world, no? Buddha came. Buddha generated a gigantic power. He gave up all the other things and then dived deep into the truth, to understand the truth, the revelation of the truth within. And then what happened? He became a gigantic force and burst into the society. See the impact. 2,500 years passed. It is no less than the impact. Impact is growing and growing and growing. That is the gigantic power of the will. So, the men of mighty will, the world has produced, have all been tremendous workers. They are not lazy people. They realize God and they sit somewhere and in the deep cave. Of course, they are also great people, but this gigantic power, willpower person, they came for the good of the society. Even they, of course, they don't do, many great souls are there who don't come into public, but their result they give us automatic. Even in sitting in a cave in Himalayas, their thought vibration can help us. The whole world get benefited. Such a gigantic will as that of a Buddha or a Jesus could not be obtained in one life. Now we think that, oh, he is God himself, he has born. But don't make him God first. Think that he is a human being. How one became a Buddha? You can become a Buddha, I can become a Buddha. How? It does not happen in just inaction or doing action in any way I like. Life after life, people try to improve their attitude towards karma, doing something like that, and get beyond. So, the millions and millions of such a gigantic will as that of a Buddha or a Jesus could not be obtained in one life. Buddhas, there are 500 stories of their rebirth. No? He was born 500 times, and he recalls those, and as it those how he lived their life, pious life, good life, charity. Every life, every day we do some good action. It leads us, builds up our character towards Buddha character. Every day, any action we do positive, any action we do for the good of anyone, thinking unconditionally for the welfare of others, not personal motivation, is adding to become a Buddha every day, to become a Christ every day in us. So Swami Vivekananda says that millions of carpenters like Joseph had gone. Millions are still living. Millions and millions of petty kings like Buddha's father had been in the world. If you say it is coming hereditary, hereditary transmission, that will not survive here. That argument will not survive. Because his father was a big king, he was a king. So how many kings in the world were born and dead? But there is a Buddha come. So Buddha is not because of his father, but because of... That means it's Vedanta is saying it is our responsibility. Every one of us is responsible for my own spiritual growth and development. Whether you want what you want to be, you be. But be like a Buddha. So follow the Buddha's path of desirelessness. You want to be Christ? Follow the path of Christ. How? By inaction, not talking. From lecture platform we can talk big things. But in action, can we be desireless? Very difficult. Any time we do anything, we feel that I want this, I want this. Now, Buddha and Jesus threw the gigantic will which Buddha and Jesus threw over the world, where from it came? Whence came this accumulative power? It must have been through the ages and ages, continually growing bigger and bigger until it burst on the society in a Buddha or a Jesus form, even rolling down the present day. So that is a very great hint to make our life blessed. We do work, but we get bound every day. Karma, bandhan. But karma can be source of eternal freedom. Only clue is that be desireless. He explains further, Swami Vivekananda. Whatever we are doing, Swamiji says, all this is determined by karma, work. Our karma determines what we deserve and what we can assimilate. We are responsible for what we are, and whatever we wish ourselves to be, we have the power to make ourselves. So we are responsible for what we are. Don't blame anyone. I did. I create my future. And maybe under circumstances you will say, oh, why I am suffering this way. But karma theory will say, because your own karma. There are examples of karma, gross example, many people you know, how in a plane, that story I heard, that one gentleman was frantically willing to get a ticket in the last moment, but there's all are booked. And then he had to go. There is a big urgency in going to some other destination. And the plane was going to leave, and one person who was in the plane, he thought he will have to cancel, and came out. And this person who is asking for entering into the new plane and got the ticket, and he thanked God. Oh God, I got ultimately anyway, I got the ticket, and this flight I can make a journey. And that flight had a crash. And the person who came out was to die there. He came out and he entered. What formula you will put here? In our life also. In a road accident. In split second, you just escaped. Another car was just split second. Collision happened. What? You may say, hey, his fault, her fault. Oh, of course, those are relative things. But karma theory will say, it is your karma, his karma, and all connected together, and it created. So, but that karma has brought our into present life, but karma, we are responsible for what we are. Very important point. A student studies very well, he makes a good result. If the student is engaged in doing something else and not study, its result will be different. So who is making him a good student? Who is making him a ordinary one? It is his or her own karma. So here, that karma determines what we deserve. Also determine what we are deserving and how much we can assimilate. No? We are responsible for that, and whatever we wish ourselves to be, we have the power to make ourselves. That's another point, Vedanta. We have the power. We have the power to become everything. You have the power to become an engineer. You have the power to become a medical professional. You have the power to be an accountant. What you want, you develop that side, you get identified in that direction and work incessantly, and you get the result. Not half-hearted work, not superficial work, not for any motive. If you don't, that's why they enjoy the life. That whatever I have done, I did my best, and I have no repentance. People say no. At the end of life they say, at least this was my freedom, and this must my understanding, that I have no repentance. I did everything what I could done. Huh? Some people say otherwise, oh, I could have done this, I did not do that. Repentance, no? But if you say you did your best, don't repent. That is not, you cannot do anything beyond your limit. So you did your best, that itself is your achievement. So here, if what we are now has been the result of our own past, it certainly follows that whatever we wish to be in future can be produced by your present action. So we have to know how to act. So now fully pay your attention, that you are to pay your attention to what you are doing now. How you are working, how you are feeling. The same activity, as I said, thinking that I am serving God in others, that is the path. Swami Vivekananda said that the goal of life is Atmana Moksha and Jivan Mukto. Atmana Mokshartam Jagathita. What is the goal of human life? Mukti, I want to be free. I want to be free from all entanglements and bondage. Death, old age, that will not bother me. I have another identity. That is the goal of life. Atma Mukti. But how? Your action, parallel action. Whatever you do, it is good for others. It is noble for, it is helping others. And you have no expectation. You do for others, let your right hand do something, left hand will not. No. Christ said no. We do charity. Even $10 charity, we don't want to show the newspaper, I am giving $10. No? Many people do that. But no. You love, you do your gift silently. You will be happy inside. Why to desire people's praise? What it matters? 8.4 billion people in now. Who cares for one person has given $100,000 or $10,000 or $10? What does it mean it? You think yourself. Can you do that without expectation? Give, give, give. Swami Vivekananda said, thou, thou, thou. Phire nahi chao. Don't look back. Thake jodi hridaye sammal. If you have the element in your heart, And you think, I shall be giving, then I'll be exhausted. If my pocket has $100, if I give away $100, what shall I be carrying? Zero. But no. If you give, what happens? Je badai tar bindu sindhu hai. He who gives, his drop, which was inside, it becomes like ocean. You get connected with the ocean and you can go on giving endless. Love, give charity, give unselfish dedication to others. Brings little smile in the face of others. These are the actions to be done, no? And don't expect any thanks. Expecting thanks is itself a burden. And this world is too selfish. If you do expect, there you suffer more. Mother does not expect anything from the baby. When the baby is in a cradle, mother is happy by serving. There is example. It is not that we cannot do that. Our all mothers do the same thing. When the baby is born, cleaning, taking care of it, day and night, sacrificing her own sleep, relentlessly working for everything, but never feel it is a work, load on me. Because there is love, is intense love. That is the unselfish work. That is the desireless. What the baby will give you? Baby cannot give you anything. No money, no wealth, and maybe smile. But he smile as also cry. So what you gain? You gain nothing. But if you have the desireless, because you are desireless, you that serve, that is the greatest example. It is possible we can do that. People may think, how can I do desireless action? You do. When you love someone very intensely, don't you empty your pocket? Don't you bring the best fruits and you don't you give up that and think, I don't need any expectation, I don't need any thanks. If you really love someone, your heart opens up. So, how can we learn to do work in this from this perspective? Swami Vivekananda continues, very rational. He says, you must remember that all work is simply to bring out the power of the mind which is already there to wake up. And we have a power in our mind to create this selfless attitude. My life is, and giving there is joy. In giving itself there is joy. As people think accumulating and squeezing from others is a joy, greater joy is that giving and giving. When you give something, don't you feel so good that I could do something for others? Man works with various motives, but we work, he's bringing our realistic picture, how we work. We work always some motive. What is the motive? People will say good about me, no? So that's one motive. That means you want praise from people. You want some name, you want some fame. So Swami Vivekananda's words are most powerful. Man works with various motives. There cannot be work without motive. Some people want to get fame. You are a famous person in the society. And they work for fame. They can spend millions of dollars for getting that fame. Others for money, making money. That they may work day and night, no? And then work. Don't mind some people who get a good position, no? To another position. And many people tell us, oh my God, I have no time anymore to look at any direction. Morning to night, night to morning, this time going to this area and then flying here to there, coming back and then in this meeting, that meeting, day and night. So, and tiring, no? So therefore there is a money. I want to make good money. Yes, we should do good money. But can we earn whatever money we do with peace and joy? You work for the society, you can say that I am doing for the company. No, I am doing not for the company, I am doing for God. Company is a means. It is God's creation. Everything is God's creation. Who is my boss? Ultimate boss is God. But relative boss is there. So, I work for not my boss, but by God. If it is done, then you are lifted in another. Some all small motivation goes away. So more small motivation for power. Others want to have power, that's why they work for power. Others want to go to heaven, not here. I do charity, I will do all this auspicious activity. After death, I'll go to heaven. And what is heaven? A better place of enjoyment, better place of fun. So that the expectation. And some do penance, austerity, fasting. For what? For getting some peace afterwards, life. Do all sorts of wicked things also. They erect temples and sometimes the priests to buy them off and obtain from them the passport of heaven. To get heaven passport, people do some charity, doing something for the good of others, no? Work, but that there are some others. They work for work's sake. Just for work. Don't think anything. Whatever work comes in your life, finish that work, hands off, and give it to God. So, its result, good comes good, bad comes. I am not concerned about that. My focus is only that. There are some who are really the salt of the earth in every country and who work for work's sake, who do not care for name or fame or even to go to heaven. They work just because good will come out of it to the world. So we have to learn that. And expectation, of course, one thing is that expectation, things will bring its result. You do a good job, rather you will get good appreciation. Of course, sometimes it does not happen. World is selfish, there are so many factors. But at least you know that you have done good, and good people will respond to that. But expectation, if you keep, and it does not happen, then we suffer. Very simple formula. I can desire anything and work only for that ground. But if that desire is not fulfilled, I will be unhappy. Why to keep that? Forget that. First you determine that you want to go from here to Disneyland. Now start your car and drive the best possible way, doing the best effort to reach how quickly you will reach there. Forget about Disneyland. Your GPS target says, drop here, you reach. So let the target be fixed. Pay attention to what you are doing now. Don't look right and left. Forget your goal to reach Disney to go. Forget that. Once you determine the path, get into action, plan that way, do the best, but don't think whether I achieve. See, many scientists, they are doing research, but they are unsuccessful the first time, no? Something has happened. So, if you have goal-oriented only, I want to have this, and you go to depression. I tried and it didn't happen. But enthusiastic person will say, okay, I tried my best. There may be some flaw. Let me try. Where are the flaw? I'll try again. If it does not happen, okay, that's also okay. My attempt is done. I have done the best effort and I am happy with that. So that attitude should be taken in every action in our life. Use unselfishness is more paying than motivation, no? As you said, I have no what is the motivation behind my work? As you said, name, fame, power, position, or even not in this world, to go to heaven, go to higher heaven. All this expectation may be the cause of your action. But there are people in the world who have higher motivation. What is the higher motivation? Unselfishness, that is the higher. Unselfishness is more paying. Only people have not the patience to practice it. Who can work for 5 minutes without thinking for future or for heaven or of punishment or anything of the kind has in him the capacity to become a powerful moral giant. So, if you don't care for this thing, you have the capacity to become a giant in spiritual life. It is the greatest manifestation of power. This tremendous restraint, self-restraint, is a manifestation of greater power than all outgoing actions. You know, when we are thinking, I work for this purpose, I work for this purpose, your energy is getting frittered. When forget about this, what will happen? This has come, I did it. That work has come, I did it. What represents in my life, I did one after another. Then that will cause the freedom. Swamiji says, all outgoing energies following a selfish motive is frittered away. Whereas this selfish motive, small s, this little s, my money, my health, my house, my friend, my, me, mine, all is contraction. Swami Vivekananda says, me and mine is contraction. Thee and thine is expansion. Wherever is, oh Lord, you are everywhere. Thee and thine, not me and mine. So, all outgoing energies following a selfish motive is frittered away. It will not cause power to return to you. It is gone away, the energy is gone. But restraint, what is the restraint? No motive. Restraint. Say rainwater falls on the top of mountain. And when the rainwater drops, it splashes all direction. It is lost. And lost forever. Put a dam. Restrain. What is the restraint? I shall have no motive. I will do the work as it represents, as is my duty. I am to do. Not expecting anything, I will go on. That restraint will give a tremendous energy, build up the character. That character will then manifest in the society. And then that will be the good for himself and for the society. So he says, this self-control will train to produce a mighty will, a character which makes a Christ or a Buddha. That means potential Christ and potential Buddha is in all of us. We can manifest that by our actions, motiveless action. But we have to begin. Ram Vivekananda is very practical. But we have to begin from the beginning. You cannot jump the total desirelessness. You cannot do that at the very beginning. So Swamiji says, begin from the beginning to take up the work as they come to us. Slowly make ourselves more unselfish every day. Every day, how can I do this work? How can I serve others? How can I come to any help for others? Develop that. It inch by inch, character is built. Spirituality is character. In material science, you can have without anything. Your character is whatever is matters little. You can be a great person. But in spiritual life, that won't work at all. So how to build up the character, start where you are, and by slowly make ourselves more unselfish every day. Make a plan. I shall be unselfish more and more and more and more. Then we must do work and find out the motive power that prompts us. Which is the motive power? Name? How many people tried that path? How many people's name you remember? How many great people's name you remember? Here we are so many people, I ask the same question. That this year, who is the Nobel Prize winner? How many of us can say? We don't know even. Dr. Hopfield and Dr. Hinton, in their contribution to develop methods that are foundation of today's powerful intelligence, artificial intelligence. For that they got the prize. But I do not know. But we are thinking, I'll be happy, I'll be great, my name will be published. Are you Nobel laureate? His name is, we do not know. Who will remember our name? But our motivation, don't motive. So we will have to teach. That should not be the motivation. Let us do for God's sake. Let us do for the good of humanity. Change your motivation. So this is to be tried every day, and then we must do work and find out the motive power that prompts us. And almost without exception, in the first year, we shall find that our motives are always selfish. At the beginning, we try, but it will come back to my selfishness. But gradually this selfishness will be melted away melt by persistence. If I keep myself aware, every day it will reduce and reduce, till at last will come the time when we shall be able to do really unselfish work. Then I am doing the unselfish work. And Swami Vivekananda, Christ, Buddhas, all these are examples of life, no? They did everything only for others and not thinking of themselves. So this is the desireless action, and it has a power and potential power. Desireless action has a power to release us from all bondage and bring us all freedom. Thank you.